Okay, is everybody hearing me okay? Good, wonderful. Well, welcome to the December Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition monthly meeting. Of course, my name is Willie Lightfoot, the founder and chairman of the Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition. I pray that each and every one of you are well and your families are well. And I say happy holidays to each and every one of you. I hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and looking forward to and praying that you have a wonderful Christmas as well. At this time, I don't know if you're able to just let me know if you're able to, Dassy, to put there. Thank you very much. The agenda is in our chat. We have a very kind of informal meeting. This will be one of our last or the last monthly meeting of the year of 2025. And we've had a very productive year. And we're looking forward to a more productive year next year, if it's the Lord's will. So, typically, normally we start off with a moment of silence, obviously, just honoring all of the and remembering the victims of violence and gun violence within our city and across the country. And if I just ask, please, sirs, please, ma'am, if you don't mind, if you would just join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. So I wanted to this meeting to be a little different. And I wanted to start off first of all by introducing anyone that may be their first time attending the Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition meeting. I want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself, maybe tell what agency, organization, or whom you may represent, and give you the floor. So if you're attending for the first time of a Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition meeting, I would ask if you would not mind, please, sir, just unmuting yourself and introducing yourself if this is your first time. And I see we just had someone else log in. What we're doing at this time, if this is your first time attending a Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition meeting, first of all, welcome. I would like to ask if you would unmute yourself and just introduce yourself to the rest of the group if it's your first time.
I guess I'll get it started. My name is Stephanie Hyde. I'm a community engagement planner at Highland Planning. I attended the Death by Numbers screening actually on Saturday, and I thought that was a great event. So I'm definitely looking to stay involved and get connected with more people. Community engagement is my specialty, but obviously finding ways to reach out to people and learn more about people's lived experiences. So that's what brings me here tonight.
Wonderful, welcome. Is there anyone else that may be their first time attending this Zoom monthly meeting of the Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition? Please unmute. Okay, well, welcome, Stephanie. And you're just I'm glad that you said what you said because you're kind of transitioning us into the next phase of our chapter. I just want to go through a check-in real quick. And the check-in is we have literally 18 people on the call. So I'm going to go from my left to my right based on my Hollywood squares here. And I'm going to say your name. Hopefully I get everyone's name correct. And I just want to check in and just see how you're doing and how things are going and give you an opportunity to see how you're doing. Shiamaka, you're first up on my screen.
Am I though? Could the question be a little more specific? Could it be?
Yeah, so I guess what I'll say is the question will be how was your Thanksgiving?
Okay. Yeah, it was layered. I had a loss in the family, did a memorial, but it was also very beautiful. So I'm
Yeah,
grateful.
me too. Me too. I had a loss too over the
Yeah.
holidays. So
Sorry
I
for your loss.
yeah,
Yeah.
likewise. Likewise. Stephanie, we're back to you.
I had a good Thanksgiving. I actually ran a turkey trot. So that was kind of fun to be out in the community and kind of a joyous occasion as well as spending time with family.
All right, Stephanie D, you're
Hey,
up next.
yes, hi. Yeah, Thanksgiving was great. We hosted my husband's side of the family. They live in like a little bit south of Baltimore, so it was it was good to see them. And we've got two little kids, so they like loved seeing seeing family. So yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah, but overall doing well. Yeah.
Good. Gordon? It's Gordon. Leslie?
Yes. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All is well. Um, I took a little vacation time, spent some time with my grandkids, and that's just really about it. But all
That's
is well.
great.
Yes.
Wonderful. Shannon?
Do you mean me?
Yes, Madeline. I'm sorry. Yes.
That's all right. I just wanted to clarify in case. My Thanksgiving was really good. I got to cook with my mom for the first time in a few months since I've moved out, and that just meant a lot to me to have my whole family around me well and cooking together.
Awesome. Kathy on the iPhone. *6 if you're on your phone, Kathy. Not, we'll come back. She might have stepped away. Tanios.
Hey, it's Tanus. Yeah, things have been going pretty well. Thanksgiving was great. I was able to go hang out with my family for a little while, visit the parents, and then went to my wife's parents the next day. So had some good food, good times, good people.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. How about we're doing for Septimus, for who just stepped in, and for those who just come in, we're doing a check-in, and the question on the floor is, how was your Thanksgiving? So I'm gonna go to Dr. Shali.
Hi, everyone. I don't know how to put the video back on, but Thanksgiving was really good. We went to Buffalo, that's where my husband's family lives, and our daughters, I have two stepdaughters and one daughter that I gave birth to. They got to see their great grandmother, who's 95 years old, and she's doing well. So pretty thankful for that.
Wonderful. Great. Let's see. How about Marcus?
Hey everybody.
Hey.
Hey. My Thanksgiving was pretty good. Went over to my friend's house and his wife cooked everything from scratch, even this amazing apple pie. Like it's beyond. I'm not a big pie person, so when I tell you the pie was fantastic, it was really well crafted and delicious. Spent some time there with his family and some other friends, and it turned out very well. A lot to be thankful for this year, and looking forward to continuing to give thanks to the Most High and all gratitude to Him.
Thank you for sharing. Tony.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Honestly, I don't celebrate holidays. So when I
Okay.
answer the first question, I'm a little exhausted. One of my kids got shot last night, so I spent a lot of time in the hospital today.
Mhm.
But other than that, the sun always comes back out.
Yes. Well, we're praying for you, your strength, and for that young person
Thank
that
you.
that justice is done and that they come to a speedy recovery.
Thank you.
Hmm. Aaliyah.
Good evening. All is well, and I had a blessed Thanksgiving.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Rachel McGinnis.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I just wanted to check in. First, I wanted to apologize. I didn't make, we've had a lot of health issues in my family, both Thanksgiving and last weekend. We missed your event. So I'm popping in tonight because I'm really was looking forward to it. So just want to thank you for everything you do for our community.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. For those of you just coming in, we're just going around the room. We're doing a check-in. You can either ask just how you're doing overall or how was your Thanksgiving, either or is fine. Dassy.
Hey everyone, apologies for my camera being off. I'm just feeling a bit under the weather. But the Thanksgiving went well. We had family come from out of town, from Montreal and from Pennsylvania, kind of all over. So it was a full house at my parents' house. But it was a good time spent amidst the chaos. It was still good, and we enjoyed good food and each other's company. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Jareth. Yuri, excuse me.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Our Thanksgiving was pretty good. We hosted about a dozen friends who are also known as our village here in Rochester. And we deep fried 2 birds and had almost no leftovers.
Nice. I've done that once before. You have to know what you're doing to deep fry a turkey for sure.
Yeah, it's all about the injectable butter.
Right, right. And I think also not putting too much grease in the pan as well too.
Yeah.
Zeke. Zeke.
Hey, hello. Hey,
Yeah, Mr.
yeah, my Thanksgiving was great. Spent time with family and friends, and it was an amazing time. So yeah, thanks for having
Thank you. Chaplain Adams.
Okay, there we go. If I couldn't get the mute off. Hi, good evening, everybody.
Evening.
It's brown now, so I'll have to change that.
Okay.
I don't know why it's coming up my maiden name, but that's okay. Hi, everybody. And I'm gonna keep Tony, I'm gonna keep you and you and your family in my prayers as well. I'm so sorry that happened to your child.
Whoa, whoa,
Um,
whoa. Now it was my kid from my program, not my child. So, but
well,
thank you. I
but
appreciate
it's
you.
but it's still like your child.
He is. He
Right.
is.
Yeah, these kids is all of our kids. So my heart goes, out to you and prayers for you, that family. What I did, I'm an empty nester, so I didn't have to worry about cooking. We went house hopping and I went to probably like 5, 6 different houses until we just didn't want to go to any more houses. And then me and my husband came back and we went to sleep.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Andre.
Sorry, guys, had to unmute there. Good evening, everybody. My Thanksgiving was a little different this year. I didn't get a chance to. The family didn't really get together this year for reasons I'm not sure of, but I made the best of it. I did the cooking myself, and I just enjoyed the day off, watched some football, and made the most of the day. I still was very appreciative of the day and of the time. So, but I did enjoy it nonetheless.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Let me see. Did I Septimus, sir? You're muted.
Oh, hey, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
What was it, Thanksgiving, right?
Yes, or just how you doing in general. Either
Yeah, I'm
or.
doing really good. Yeah, sorry I missed the event on Saturday. I was just so consumed with a lot of work, and there was work involving what we were doing here, and all the other research stuff that I got to get done by Wednesday. And I'm laughing. It's a nervous laughter, but it's also one of motivation. But I spent the weekend doing a lot of that stuff, making sure all T's were crossed, all I's were dotted, and had some really interesting findings. Just based off of some evaluation methods and frameworks and all that good stuff that supports the methodology that I use to evaluate our different programs. Some were very surprising, some not so much, and then some were also very motivating to see that some of the stuff that is needed is already being done right here. So that was really exciting. Spent the Thanksgiving visiting in-laws. It was great. Had the opportunity to go down to Pennsylvania, check some stuff out. Not a huge Pennsylvania fan, to be honest with you, but it was cool. So no complaints.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing, brother. And I'm glad you're moving your work along. Did I miss anyone other than myself? All right. So in general, doing well. Looking forward to or transitioning is I'm trying to uh grapple with that, doing something for over 20 years is a long time. Being a city employee for almost 30 years is a long time. And so, of course, I'm happy with my decision, but when you get closer to these types of things, you go through some types of, emotional stuff. So I think I've been, kind of dealing with that, just to transition for the new chapter. Excited. I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. My family, my kids, and you know, my son's getting married this year, so he just it kind of popped the question recently. So that was kind of the whole conversation along Thanksgiving dinner was how this wedding is going to go next year. And then I had death in the family. Unfortunately, my brother's my niece's mother passed away very suddenly, and so but the good that came out of that, the service was amazing on Friday. And it brought in my mother, my sister, and my brother from out of town, and we got to spend the weekend together. And we had a wonderful weekend despite the tragedy. But all is well, and I'm grateful for. That's why I wanted to take time. Oftentimes, we just work, 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 work. We just move along. We don't see each other fully present with each other sometimes. And I know holiday season. I'm also a pastor, so I know holiday season can be difficult. Unfortunately, I've been through way too many wakes and funerals this year. I think 20 this year. Many of them I had to officiate. So I've been dealing with a lot of tragedy. And of course, this work that we do deals with a lot of tragedy. So again, I'm praying for everyone that's been impacted by whatever tragedies that they may have had this year and that they're dealing with or that they're working with other people. We acknowledge that and we thank you for sharing how you guys have been doing. Okay. Want to go into the next portion of I did forego all of the reports this month because I wanted to do the check-in. I wanted to end out the year just being present with everyone and just kind of acknowledging where we are in this space. But then also want to do a quick debrief of those who may have attended. I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad, but if you missed it, you missed a wonderful, wonderful event that we had on Saturday evening, dinner and a movie. Food was catered by Calabrese on Park. It was a wonderful event, and I just opened the floor for anyone who was there who wanted to share in that experience. Feel free to unmute and share. Just a quick debrief. House hopping sounds amazing.
I just want to say Saturday was an amazing, amazing event. I've never been to anything like that before. Like I had said during the meeting, during the event, these things like this happen, and then a week later, people forget because it's on to the next tragedy. And it was extremely sad, but it was really amazing to see a survivor put together a documentary about how she felt, how she's dealing with it emotionally, physically, mentally, and how she also faced the attacker that hurt 34 people and killed 17 of her friends. There's nothing, it wasn't short of amazing. It was an amazing event. And the fact that we got to speak with her in real time and see how she's doing and see how she progressed and see where she's going, it instills faith and hope, I think, for the people who attended and those who have become victims of homicide, suicide, and gun violence in general.
I agree. Thank you, Doctor. Anyone else want to just share in their experience from? Yes.
Okay. I'll make this brief because I'm not sure how long this
go ahead.
all last. But it was an amazing event. I was really impressed with how well you all did with like putting it on, and it was because I know it's a lot of logistics, like you were talking about with getting it all set up. But yeah, I mean, the movie was so powerful, and it really captured. I thought she did an amazing job capturing kind of the aftermath of these events and kind of shifting the narrative onto the victims and survivors. Because oftentimes I feel like it's more focused on, right? It's focused on the perpetrator of like, why is this happening? Why do they do this? But by shifting it to the victims and survivors, it helps to kind of refocus things in a positive way to, as opposed to putting a ton of emphasis on the actual crime. And yeah, her Q&A was really fantastic. I thought she did a really great job of commenting on her process and how she's doing, but then also providing information about like steps moving forward, like focusing on red flag laws, things that we can do within our own realm of control, which I think, because I think when these incidents happen, it's so easy to feel helpless and feel like there's nothing we can do, but there's, something everybody can at least try to participate in to, be part of the prevention work. So yeah, it was great. I was very impressed.
Thank you. Anyone else? I'm not sure if
I'll also add, I really enjoyed it as well. I think it was powerful and bringing a chance to humanize a story, because I think so many times we just go about like, reading stuff or just quickly watching like clips, and like this was a long form video or documentary, and I think like that's more also powerful, and I think just seeing her progress and seeing what she's trying to do for others was very inspiring.
I agree. Anyone else? Before I make my little debrief of I want to say, first of all, thank you to Dassy and Kelly and all of the staff that were able to make this possible. This was basically a national opportunity for the city of Rochester. And I say it to say that all of us should be proud of ourselves and the work that we do through this coalition, because of the coalition is how they reached out to us. The producers of this Academy Award nominated short film reached out, and the reason how they found the cities, because they're shopping for a deal now to put the movie on some type of platform, whether it's Netflix or Hulu or whatever. They're currently shopping to do that. They were nominated for an Oscar award this year. The short film was. And what they did is they wanted to go around to cities and do like these exclusive previews of the movie and just get reaction from actual people who work within gun violence within their cities. Because one of the things that was mentioned by Sam Fuentes, which was one of the writers of the short film, and also the survivor that we spoke to on Saturday. She mentioned that one of the preventive things that we can do is by doing work locally. All of this stuff really starts locally. And so they literally Googled and searched cities that work collectively on gun violence. And Rochester was one of those cities that came up as a result of the Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition. So I really think that was a really good point, because it just shows you that our work is national. Our work is being viewed all over other cities and states and communities. There are very few municipalities that do this type of work the way we do it, and have a coalition how we have it, and how we do it, with the transparency of the open meetings, streaming our meetings live out there for everyone to see, and also having the conversation around violence, and the solution and action plans that we've created collectively, that we presented to our community, and we continue to support each other in the work that we do. That's rare. I wanted us to understand how rare that is. And for individuals from California, New York City, she was in Harlem when she was zooming in to the conversation. The producer that I talked to in the morning is in LA, in Hollywood. And so, this is the type of impact that we're having, and they will never forget Rochester. She said she was so impressed with how we managed the whole thing, how we promoted the whole thing. The news media was there, Channel 10, Channel 13. Was very well attended. They are averaging anywhere between 100 people attending these meetings. We had over 100 that registered, but we had maybe about 60 or 70 that actually came. We are in Rochester. It does get cold. It did snow. It was cold a few days before. But nonetheless, the room seemed full. And we had great conversation and dialogue afterwards. We stayed to the time allotted. We ate. which was also, a very good point. Literally was dinner and a movie, and it was seamless. We had no issues with the showing of the movie itself, and the Zoom and everything, the technology, and I've gotten really good with these hybrid meetings, and so we were able to do it without any flaws or hiccups. And so they were very, very, very impressed and said that they would be in contact with us once they cut the deal for the movie. There may be some other opportunities. And it also encouraged and inspired me to do more of what we've talked about in the data subcommittee about telling more of these stories. And as a result of that, I had a few other people that attended that reached out to me, and they have movies and short films too. Some of them are award winning as well, and they want to start telling their stories. So that's one of the things you're going to see when I give my report real quick here, that I've added to the list for the vision of 2026. I been sharing that with you, or I've mentioned that before the end of the year, I was going to share with you guys how this coalition was going to move forward. I'm more excuse me. I'm more excited about this work moving forward than I ever have been before, because of where we are in this space and time, and what I see happening, and the ability for us to be able to spread our wings even further, being that we will not just be coming out of city council. So with that being said, because I don't want to belabor the time tonight, I'm going to begin to move to our next portion of our agenda, which will be my update. There are 3 documents that I want to share with you tonight. The Memorandum of Understanding by myself and the mayor and the administration of the city of Rochester. The city council resolution that I did not ask for, that literally all 9 members of the council put together and presented at the Public Safety Committee on last week, and will be voted on at my last council meeting on the 16th of this month. That's done, and I think you'll be very also impressed with these MOUs, and because the question I think that came to a lot of people is what's going to happen with the coalition. Where what is people, are we going to lose the commitment? Are we going to, is it going to just fall apart? And I think these documents, and I was always told that trust comes with a contract. This is what I was always told, right? So people can say one thing, but I've been working behind the scenes very diligently with the staff, Dassey, and the our administration, to get things in writing so that I have a real concrete commitment from everybody involved. And we've been successful in doing that. And then also I want to share with you the last piece is the 2026 vision, and then give you an update. And of course, this meeting is being streamed on the City Council YouTube. It can be shared. Everything I'm talking about is public. Nothing is secret, but it's being disclosed for the first time to you and to our viewers and listeners now. So I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully you guys will be able to see this. And I'm going to start with the MOU from the administration. And let's see if I can pull that up. Okay. Okay, are you seeing my screen? Can you see that? Can you see the memorandum of understanding? All right, I'm going to
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to read this. This memorandum of understanding is made this day, the 28th of October, 2025, and between the City of Rochester Municipal Corporation, its offices located at 30 Church Street. I'm going to paraphrase some of this stuff. I won't read it in entirety. The Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition Incorporated. Whereas the coalition was founded in 2018 by Willie Lightfoot, conceptuated the Think About It campaign in response to rampant gun violence in the city of Rochester. Whereas the coalition project involves a widespread media campaign utilizing flyers, radio ads, billboards, social media all across the city of Rochester to emphasize the long-lasting impact of gun violence. Whereas the coalition has submitted its action plan to the city to provide vital services to program to various city departments to help city identify guns used to conduct crimes through its gun trace data report. And whereas the coalition would like to continue to operate with this is the very important part here, with the city's insistence, but will continue to operate its project outside of the city operation. Now, therefore, it is consideration of the mutual covenants and promises contained herein that the parties hereto agree as follows. The coalition's responsibility. Operate and utilize its support services so also to help to continue with the project and to help to protect city's residents from gun violence and crimes. Continue to operate its scholarship application program to help youth residents in Rochester address solutions to gun violence in the city. Continue to improve the quality of life in the city by supporting and creating efforts to educate about and assist educating gun violence, provide safe neighborhoods and trauma care. Educate, that's my dog, I'm sorry. Educate with youth and community at large of the dangers and collateral effects of gun violence and encourage individuals to engage in diversion programs that lead to positive outcomes. The city's responsibility. The city shall allow the coalition to operate its project as a partnership or another entity as the coalition sees best fit. Provide resources and public space if asked by the coalition to furtherance of this project as allowed by the state and federal law. Continue to remain a partner for the coalition and help the coalition with its mission to help eradicate gun violence from the city. Use best efforts to make appropriate city staff available to attend coalition meetings upon an invitation from the coalition. And then there's terms, there's extent of the agreement, compliance. Of course, we have to comply with all laws and everything of that nature. This is all, the rest of this stuff is just all legal jargon. But I just wanted you, and then it's signed by Mayor Malik Evans and by myself. Okay, so that's the first document that I wanted to share with you. The second document is the council's. Hopefully you guys can see that. This is was done by the resolution from the city council, and it says, whereas the city council liaison to the Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition, whereas myself in the role as at-large member of Rochester City Council, founder of the Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition in the 2018 with the goal of finding sustainable solutions to gun violence epidemic, the coalition's mission and advocacy around eradication of gun violence, as well as provide safe neighborhoods and trauma-informed care for individuals in the city of Rochester. Whereas the coalition launched the Think About It campaign in 2018, which involved an extensive multimedia campaign using billboards, radio ads, social media, and flyers distributed throughout the city of Rochester to underscore the lifelong consequences of gun violence. Whereas in 2019, the coalition presented an action plan to the mayor and the city council and the citizens of Rochester that spurred the city to develop the homicide response team, which was impetus for utilizing other human service and crisis intervention units to prevent gun violence. Whereas the coalition worked to produce the City of Rochester first gun trace data report in 2023, which was critical in aiding the city to identifying firearms used to conduct crimes, as well as identifying whereas the illegal gun dealers themselves are located. Whereas in 2023, the coalition created an updated action plan that included several community-generated solutions, many of which necessitated the collaboration of City Council to ensure that there's successful execution, whereas the coalition continues to serve the people of Rochester via a multifaceted approach that included advocacy for anti-violence policy measures, youth education initiatives, distribution of community resources, and other data-driven solutions. Whereas the coalition would like to continue to operate with the city's assistance, but will continue to operate outside of the city's direct oversight. Whereas the city, since its inception, city council participation has consistently been integral to the operation of the coalition, and it would be in the best interest of the citizens of the Rochester to continue the longstanding partnership between council, the coalition, and the community. Whereas, in further of the foregoing goals and proposals, the coalition has invited City Council to appoint one of its members to serve as the city's liaison to the coalition. Now, therefore, that the Council of the City of Rochester as follows. The City Council will appoint one member of council to serve as a liaison between Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition as the council representative to coalition's leadership. The council president is hereby authorized to execute on the council behalf a memorandum of understanding or such other documents to confirm liaison arrangement and authorize herein. The resolution shall take place immediately. These are very big documents for the success of this continued success of this program outside of the City Council. Now I want to share with you my 2026 plan here. Here we go. There we go. Can you guys see Rock Against Go Violence Coalition Vision 2026?
Yes.
Wonderful. All right. So mission was updated to be unified voice improving the quality of life for Rochester by supporting, educating, advocating, eradicating gun violence while providing safe neighborhoods and trauma care. Now, in 2026, the coalition will be operating under the Compassion Bridge Ministries Incorporated, a 501c3 with integrated faith-based leadership with data-driven strategies to protect and uplift our community. So just for FYI, we will just be moving the platform or the umbrella of it. Before, obviously, was City Council. The umbrella of it now will be the Compassion Bridge Ministries Incorporated, and we'll be providing all of the moving and shifting, like our streaming and things of that nature will happen on that platform as opposed to the City Council platform going forward. Rochester, where faith, data, community coverage to end gun violence by 2026. The coalition will be model of civic faith partnership. Of course, that might say a little bit topic, a little typo there, not by 2026, but this is for 2026. Equipping churches, youth, families to lead in preventing health and transformation. Responsibilities: operate as a faith-based initiative under the Compassion Bridge Ministries, educate youth and residents on the dangers and collateral effects of gun violence, advocate for legislation and diversion programs that promote safety and opportunity, provide post-homicide support services and trauma-informed care, or we assist in that, mobilize churches and community partners to lead outreach and healing efforts. Meeting structure, of course, will stay the same. Monthly coalition meetings held every second Monday of each month at 6 p.m. Quarterly committee meetings, educate, advocate, eradicate media resources, and youth committees will meet to advance specialized goals. We'll probably add the data subcommittee to that as well. This is a working document. Annual summit, so citywide gathering to share progress, honor community champions, and set priorities for year ahead. Goals for 2026. So the goals for 2026, we're going to reorganize and strengthen the coalition. Restructure coalition under the Compassion Bridge Ministries Incorporated. Redefine the committee roles and responsibilities, clarity and impact, as well as the community chairs. We may find that other people may be exhausted in this time with their time as chairs, and we'll be looking to reevaluate and recommit committee chair roles. Establish the bylaws and operational guides rooted in faith and transparency. We never really had bylaws for the organization and things of that nature. So we're going to establish those things. The second gun trace data report and community impact session is my understanding that we are on track, that Brady will be, we should release this in 2026, building on that 2023 Brady report. There are very few cities that have more than one gun. First of all, there's very few cities that have a gun trace data report at all. I think there were only 5 at the time we did ours in 2023. And there may only be 2 that have more than one. And we will have, my understanding from the mayors, we're on track that this second one should be done by the end of the year, but definitely be able to introduce it in 2026, early 2026, like by January. So that's groundbreaking. If Kathy Richardson was on the call, she'd be jumping up and down right now because that's her baby. She really pushed for the gun trace data report and did a lot of work around it. And she's a liaison with Brady, but Brady's helping us to do a second one, and we're looking to codify that work until we're doing one every other year to be consistent with the reports coming out. And this one, we asked that it show more of how this is impacting our community. We really want to capture that. We're going to equip churches and leaders with the tools to advocate for prevention and policy change. Church engagement, because it's faith-based, I'm pastor, so I'm really leaning into these churches to really be a part of this going forward. And we're looking to identify some anchor churches on parts of the city to hub for outreach, education, and healing, redefining community responsibilities to align with the faith-based leadership and community needs, train church leaders and volunteers to facilitate sessions. I'm really connected to Clergy for Safe Cities, which is a national organization. A lot of the models that I've been using with this work has come out of the 67th Precinct Clergy Patrol down in Brooklyn. They have a very great model. And remember, if you remember, in 2023 we had the summit here, and that they came and addressed us at the summit and gave us a lot of helpful information. So I'm looking to really work harder, more with that organization. Pilot program, the Data Hub Lake House. We have not forgot about that. We have not quit on that. We just paused so we can get more information, and we realized that's a lot of work. But we're looking to launch a pilot initiative to centralize gun violence data, community feedback, and resource mapping, create a secure, accessible platform for everybody, really, and use the hub to inform strategies, track impact, and support trauma-informed intervention. So these are all things we're looking to do in 2026. And then the movie, the short film on Saturday sparked this. And we talked about it in before, but I wanted to put it in the plan because this is something that I think we saw the impact of Saturday, and I want to continue that. So we want to do storytelling of victims and impact violence and gun violence, create more opportunities for victims to tell their stories, use the storytelling events to raise awareness, and use the events as prevention tools. Oftentimes we hear of how many homicide, especially with Captain Muir telling us all the time, all of these data points, but we got to put faces and people behind these stories and let people begin to see that this impact is long lasting. And maybe, our slogan, a shot from a gun can't be undone, to think about it. Maybe that will encourage people to think about before they pull that trigger, because now they've seen actual people behind this incident. And so doing more things like we did on Saturday, of having these storytelling opportunities where we can expose the community to the impact that this has on people. So that's kind of where we are. And then, of course, just a closing statement there. But I'm going to stop sharing for now. And I'm going to ask if there are any questions or does anybody have any comments? Chiamaka, yes.
Well, I just want to say I'm really excited about the storytelling element. I think it's so deeply underestimated, the impact it will have for the kids, for families, for communities, to hear people's stories, why they got into things, the hurt that they've experienced. I just think storytelling is so powerful. So I'm happy that this documentary inspired that. And I really think it has a far bigger impact than people give credit to, especially when we invest in it through photography, through documentary work, just really important media art forms. Last thing I'll say is, because most people need art to metabolize grief, the talking is usually not enough. Usually there's an art and physical element that really helps to cope more with deep grief. So that's all.
Very good. Thank you. Anyone else, feel free to share any questions you may have. Do you think we're moving in a good direction? We were very specific to make sure that we had the things necessary in order to ensure some great success going forward, and to ease some people's minds as to what was going to happen with this coalition. So I hope I've answered some of those questions tonight. Or Septimus, I see your hand raised.
Yeah, I just want to start off by saying that, I was never shaken about the change, because I know how hard you've been working in the background since I stepped in this space. And it's just incredible just to see how you smoothly transitioned from being under city council to now being independent, as well as collaborating with city council. I think it's going to be a smooth transition. I think the additions are also necessary, especially like incorporating some of the stuff that you mentioned about the what was, not Priest for Cities, but what was the name of the coalition? Oh, did you freeze?
Compassion Bridge Ministries.
No, not the organization itself, but the collaboration with the different reverends and priests.
That's Clergy for Safe Cities.
Clergy for Safe Cities. So I think utilizing that as like a foundation for this, I think it's a smart idea, since it's already been around for a long time. And if all of the folks on here that's been part of this continue to be part of this, I definitely see us continuing to do great work. Your model and your approach to all of this, it's proven that it's literally it's literally what we need right now in this gun violence ecosystem in Rochester, New York. So I'm just happy to see that that we're continuing to work and that you're actually improving on things by adding the faith aspect. And I think the faith aspect is something that folks sleep on a lot. The impact of prayer, whether you believe in natural or supernatural, but even the psychological effects of prayer in itself is very powerful. So yeah, excited to see what's to come.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so thank you, everyone. I see a lot of comments in the chat. We'll capture that. Thank you, everyone. I see a lot of great, encouraging, exciting. Hopefully, everyone will remain. We don't plan to take no breaks, even though my wife doesn't want to hear that. But we don't plan on taking much of a break. I don't want to lose the momentum and the energy around our work. So the next meeting, as you can see in your agenda, will be at the end of January, only because I do want to give people time to, the holidays, the new year, all of that kind of stuff to kind of, you know what I mean? And then I got to make some transitions. I want to give an opportunity. And just so you know, Andre, my aide, and Dassy, who works on the city council as the staff for city council, both will continue in their roles that they're moving. They've volunteered, and because of the agreement with the city council resolution, has allowed for staff to continue to be a part of this. So we're not going to lose any of the resources or any of the support that we've been having in the past. So Dassy's amazing, Andre, they've been doing, and Kathy, of course, as well. And so we're going to strengthen this organization. If anything, it's about to get stronger. All right. So we hope that everyone will, and we're going to remain committed to everything that we talked about. The data, we did a lot of work around this data hub, and we're not, forgetting that, but that we all knew that was not an easy lift. That's a heavy lift. Right. And that wasn't going to happen overnight. But we have the infrastructure. I already have the proposal written. I got the pilot program done. For the most part. I just haven't shared it because I want to get everybody's input before I have a draft of something that I think that could work. But I didn't want to put the cart before the horse. And the transition has to happen first, and it had to happen. I had to solidify the work from the administration and what this would look like had to be solidified first before I could just start saying we're going to do all this stuff. But then I don't have a structure in place. So the structure was important, and the transition is important, and to get comfortable in the transition so that everyone else will be comfortable in their roles, and then we can roll out something new. And so that was the premise behind why I slowed down on the data hub, because that's a heavy lift and it's going to need all hands on deck. And I don't want us to get into the nuances of structure. So, and what that looks like. So I think we've accomplished that as far as how we're moving forward. And I think as we begin to put the pieces together, and people get more comfortable, and we see that we're bringing in these other agencies and all of the churches and the faith community and all, we're going to start bringing in even more resources that we're going to strengthen this even the more. So I'm very excited about 2026 and the work that we're going to do. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you who have been consistently supportive. I'm encouraging, I'm going to put out there, plant a little seed to think about taking on a leadership position within the coalition. For those of you, I want to come back with a whole new or potentially new board or chairman, and or not everybody. If somebody wants to continue, of course we want you to continue, but I'm saying we have some empty spaces and we have opportunities there as well too, and I want folks to consider being a part on the leadership role or supportive on these committees. Think about that over the holidays if you have interest in any area. But I'm just so grateful, and it's been an honor and a privilege to serve at this platform capacity, and I'm even more excited about serving going forward. All right, that's all I got, folks. That's all I have for you tonight. I'm praying and wishing that. Does anybody have anything they want to share before we dismiss tonight?
I'd like to add something.
Yes.
Okay, so we are just coming off of our first cohort. No, honey, don't touch that. We're just coming off of our first cohort of training sessions, a project that has we've been trying to get launched for the past 3 years. We went to multiple community leaders, community members, interested parties in gun violence in Rochester specifically. And we did call in Cure Violence Global to help do a level playing field in terms of training outreach workers and violence interrupters in Rochester. And we are just coming off of our first cohort. And I will say it was an amazing experience. A lot of the members of these different groups had never worked together or had spent more than 2 to 3 hours together in a public space, spent a whole 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for 2 weeks together in a classroom, exclusive of the holidays. And I would say a lot of partnerships and friendships have been made. Some people that did represent their organizations, there were people from OVP, Advanced Peace Action Team, Greater New York Revitalization was represented, 585 Snug, Rise Up Rochester, Healthy Baby Network, and Wellness Associates of Greater Rochester as well were all represented in these 3 classes that we did have. And I just want to make an announcement because we're not going to have a coalition meeting until late January. The plan is for the the Department of Public Health, I apologize, to have a 3 training sessions every quarter of next year. So 12 training sessions. It will be for supervisors and managers, outreach workers, and violence interrupters, and violence reduction. So please, I will send out emails. Please keep an eye on that. If you have anyone in your organization that would be interested in attending these training sessions, they're 100% free. Parking is also free, and please reach out to me. I'll have Dasi send out the information to the partners as well. I look forward to meeting all of you and working with you, hopefully in the next year.
All right, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. All right. Well, we'll make sure that we govern ourselves accordingly once that information is shared. We thank you, Doctor, for sharing that input. And I'm going to say 6:52, so I think we did great to get you out even before time. I'm going to say, listen, happy holidays to everybody. God bless you. God keep you. Stay safe. Stay warm. And we see you prayerfully on the other side of the new year. All right. God bless you. Blessings. Good evening, everyone. Thank you.